Vlogger 5 and ventured to interview managers from Hailè Group and Hailè Culture and the creative industry to learn about their management practice and experiences. In this presentation, we will outline our findings in 5 sections. Firstly, I will provide a brief introduction to those organizations and explain why we selected managers from the 2 companies for interviews and analysis. Hailè Group is a vacation rental management and leasing service company based in Malaysia. While Hailè Culture and Creative Industry is a culture and creative organization based in China. Although these 2 organizations do not operate in the same industry, they are both startups of the relatively small scale. They have grown by capitalizing on marketing opportunities. Highly depend on their people, need to build trust with their target audience, and must adapt to changes in the external environment. Both organizations are significantly influenced by their founder or the core managers, which allows their managers' capabilities and the management style to be more clearly reflected. At the same time, due to differences in their business model, clients or audience, and organizational structures, their management priority also differ significantly. Its contrast between the physical and the digital media represents both their differences and their comparative value. Specifically, Hailè Group represents a physical service operation model. Its management priorities are reliability, customer satisfaction, service quality, and operational stability. In terms of promotion, it relies more heavily on offline marketing, including word of mouth recommendation among the customers. It also requires a high degree of face-to-face interaction with the customers. Therefore, Hailè Group needs a robust service process and the quality control to ensure that property owners and residents receive reliable results. Hailè represents a digital media-based culture and creative industry model. Its management priorities are creative production, visible coordination, cultural identity, and audience experience. Its business operations are multifaceted in terms of promotion. It relies almost entirely on online marketing. Consequently, Hailè requires high-efficiency, creative flexibility, and adaptive coordination to manage diverse culture, the projects, and maintain the company's smooth operation. In summary, these 2 companies share the distinct similarities yet explain the significant differences. It possesses this ecosystem of similarities and the differences that led us to select the managers from the both companies for interview and analysis.
For my part, I will focus on the similarities in the management approaches of Hailè Group and Hailè Cultural Creative Industries. The first similarity is that both organizations are founder-led and opportunity-driven. Hailè Group is strongly influenced by Wallace's practical business judgment. The company developed a real market need. Many property owners had units, but they lacked the time or knowledge to manage short-term rentals. Wallace turned this problem into a homestay management service. Hailè is also strongly influenced by its founder, Li Bo. His background as a director and cultural worker shaped the company's creative direction. Hailè started from film and video production and later expanded to cultural products, local cultural IP, star theater, and performances. So both companies grew by identifying market opportunities and adjusting their business direction. The second similarity is that both companies build trust through practical management, not just slogans. For Hailè Group, trust comes from reliable homestay operation. The company protects owners' rental return and property interest. Wallace also explained that the company does not accept every project. If a property is not suitable for homestay, they will honestly tell the owner. When a room problem happens, the principle is to settle the guest first and then solve the room problem. For Hailè, trust comes from cultural sincerity. project quality, and audience connection. Li Bo described the company's value as truth, kindness, and beauty. This is reflected in projects such as Luohe Gift and Stars Theater, which connect the company with local audiences through cultural products and performances. The third similarity is that both organizations depend heavily on people and adaptability. Mahan Group depends on employees for cleaning, inspection, guest communication, and complaint handling. Staff performance directly affect guest reviews and owner trust. Hailè depends on employees for creative projects, theater operation, cultural products, and event execution. Employees may also support tasks beyond their formal job titles. At the same time, both companies need to adapt to changing environments. Mahan Group respond to owner needs, guest expectations, and platform competition. Hailè respond to cultural consumption, audience taste, and new trends such as short dramas. Overall, both companies are adaptive organizations, although they are in different industries. They both respond to real business needs, rely on people, and build long-term trust with their target groups.
And following the previous part about the similarities, I will now focus on the main differences in management approach between Manhattan Group and Hailè Cultural Creative Industries. And the first difference is their business model. Manhattan Group is a homestay management and rental service company. Its management focuses more on stable service and such like the guest satisfaction, property safety, and operational consistency. In contrast, Hailè is a cultural and creative company. It creates value through videos, cultural products, and theater performances and audience experience. Therefore, Manhattan needs a more process-based management style, while Hailè needs a more flexible and project-based approach. The second difference is human resource management. Manhattan Group requires employees to be honest, responsible, and careful because they deal with private properties and direct guest experience. However, Hailè needs employees to be more multi-skilled and flexible. For example, staff may need to support ticketing, event operation, or other works, even if these tasks are not their original job duties. Another important difference is communication and promotion. Manhattan Group communicates mainly with property owners and guests. Its promotion combines online and offline methods. Online, it depends on booking platforms, photos, reviews, and listing information. Offline, it also relies on word of mouth, private customer channel, and cooperation with tribal or education-related agencies. So by comparison, Hailè's promotion is like almost fully online and content-based. It uses short videos, posters, trailers, social media posts, and local cultural stories to attract audience. So Manhattan Group promotes reliability and practical benefits, while Hailè promotes cultural meaning and emotional connection. So overall, these differences show that management must feel the industry context, and a homestay company needs stability and service standards, while cultural media company needs creativity, flexibility, and audience engagement. And thank you. Next, my group member will explain the framework behind the comparison. Thank you.
Okay, so this part is the fourth part is about the relevant theories of the models. So the first one is the contingency theory. So for this theory, for the Chinese company, the new media industry involves a quickly platform grows and change constantly, and the content is highly creative. And for the next one, for our Malaysia homestay agencies, so homestay agencies are strongly influenced by the local cultural and the tourism regulations and the community property rules like the G and B. Okay, and offline service scenarios. So this is the two companies differences between the Chinese company and the Malaysian company in this theory. And for the second one is the stakeholder theory. So for the Chinese company, the key stakeholders are the content creators. Okay, the platforms, the advertisers, the users, and the online regulators. regulators. The main focus for the management is balancing the content compliance, the traffic distribution, and and so on. The next one is the Malaysian homestay agencies. So the main stakeholders include the homeowners, the domestic, and the international tourists, the property management committees. Okay, that's the one. The Malaysia's Ministry of the Tourism, like the arts and the cultural, the MOTAC, and the outsourced the survey teams. Okay, and for the next one, the third theory is about the service marketing triangle model. So for the Chinese company, their service strategy focused on the content differentiation and the monetizing traffic. The frontline staff, the handle operations, editing, and hosting. The service system includes data platform, content distribution, and review the process. That's the one. And for the next one, the Malaysia company, the service strategy is to properly management and localize the travel services. Yes. And for the first part, it's the service profit share model. So the first one is for the Chinese new media companies. The motivation of their creative teams directly affects the content quality and update speed. The next one for the Malaysia is the attitude and the professionalism of the frontline staff determining and the guest experience. So for the fifth theory is about the Porter's competitive the strategies. So for the Chinese company is the new media films rely on the content differentiation to the build IP advantages. And for the Malaysian homestay agencies, they can lower the operating the cost through the standards, okay, the outsourcing, okay, create the high-end unique homestays to stand out. And for the last one, and for the last theory is about the SWOT analyzed model. So for this one is suitable for both industries. So you can compare the light, so you can compare the heavy asset, the characteristic, the digital advantages, and the offline companies risks of the two industries side by side. That's all.
Hi, my name is Huang Yi. To conclude our presentation, I would like to share some key interview sentences that reflect the management approach we discussed earlier. The first is from Hailè Cultural Creative, the founder Li Bo, and he said, "There is no mature management model that can be directly applied to our company." He believes that management should change based on the company's actual situation and business development. This reflects Contingency Theory, which says there is no one best way to manage an organization. And second is from Manhattan Group. Its CEO Wallace shared a different view. He said, "People first and always keep your promise." He also said that integrated is the foundation of long-term business success. This will show that Manhattan Group focused on customer trust, service quality, and strong relationship with both property owners and guests. So this closely related to Stakeholder Theory and the service profit change model. In conclusion, although these two companies are in different industries, both show the importance of adapting management to business needs and building strong relationships with stakeholders. Their experience shows that management series are not only ideas in textbook, but also practical tools used in real business situation. That's all for our presentation. Thank you for listening.